Tonight on Coyote News, the USD mock trial team finished the season in the top 5% in the nation, and a sorority held a fashion show to raise money. I'm John Witherington.
And I'm Kathleen Surrey. The USD softball team thrived in their home opener, and the tennis team hosted 2 home matches for the first time in 2 years.
Plus, with warmer weather, students are holding more outdoor parties. See what a group of students is doing to keep the local beaches clean. First, the headlines with Abby Pierce.
6 people have died and nearly 300 people are missing after a ferry off the coast of South Korea capsized early this morning. Hundreds of people had to make the choice to stay on the ship as it was sinking or jump into the chilly ocean. More than 300 of the people on board were Seoul High School students who were taking a 4-day field trip. Over 150 people have been rescued. A 42-year-old case involving 2 missing Vermilion teenagers has been closed. Last fall, a car was found in a creek near Beresford. Yesterday, Attorney General Marty Jackley announced the identities of the 2 sets of remains found in the car were in fact the 2 missing girls, 17-year-olds Cheryl Miller and Pamela Jackson. No foul play is suspected in the case. Yesterday marked the first anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombings. Shortly after ceremonies ended, 2 backpacks in the area of Boylston Street finish line raised concerns with the police, who evacuated the neighborhood. A police department spokesman says the Boston Police Department called in the bomb squad and performed what's known as a controlled disruption of the bags. Police arrested a man who is the owner of one of the bags. Police charged the man with possession of a hoax device, disturbing the peace, and disorderly conduct. Police say one of the backpacks contained a rice cooker. And those are your headlines.
It's springtime and the weather is tempting everyone. A sudden spike in temperatures pushed people outdoors last week. But does the wonderful weather also bring woes?
It's breaking into the upper 70s in Vermilion. On campus and around town, people are finding reasons to be outside.
This time of year, I think a lot of people like to spend more time outside just because the weather's nice, and being on the cheer team, this is what we like to do.
But when does fun in the sun start to get out of hand?
I don't think the problems are so much later at night. I think the problems are worse at night because they start earlier in the day because it's so nice out. Yeah. So people come back from class, crack a couple beers open, and then it just escalates from there.
Vermilion Police Chief Matt Benson says increasingly better weather has nothing to do with increased rates of crime.
If there are specific crimes, for example, like minor possession, they really are in the core of the school year. You get near the school year, yeah, the weather's getting better, and it's possible you could get a house party or something this time of year. But the reality is, the majority of the people are busy trying to finish up the school year.
While there doesn't seem to be a large problem in Vermilion, at the Missouri River, it's a different story. Often, after a large party, this beach is covered with litter. One group of USD students says they're fed up with it.
It's beautiful out here. It's the one place we can go and we have all this nature to enjoy.
Kind of just felt bad because we were here last night and we saw how much garbage was here and we knew that it'd still be here this morning and we like coming out here, so came and picked it up.
On Thursday, beachgoers said they don't mind if people party. Just don't let it get out of hand and clean up after yourselves. Reporting for Coyote News, I'm Mike Brown.
The MyU portal is undergoing big changes this summer. USD is promoting the new portal with a catchy theme, Same Cats. Coyote News' Taylor Moore is in the muck to talk about the VermCat promotion. Taylor?
Thanks, John. I'm here with one of the web content editors for USD, Ryan Angelo. Thanks so much for coming, Ryan. So why did you all decide to update the MyU portal?
Well, we found that a lot of the students found the portal a little bit difficult to navigate around. It was a little too cluttered, too much information, some unnecessary and redundant information was available. So we wanted to just lighten it up for them.
And so what are some of the new features that students can expect to be on the new MyU portal?
The big thing to emphasize is it's going to be much lighter, much cleaner. The look is a lot better. Collapsible menu items, different tabs and sort of things like that. It's really going to allow students to navigate and find what they want to find easier.
And so why did you all choose VermCats as a promotional device for the new MyU portal?
Well, we were sort of just kicking the can around one day in the meeting, and originally we were going to go with zombies, and one of our people in the office decided that VermCats would be a good promotional item because it's a recurring theme in Vermilion, so we just kind of went with that and never expected this sort of response, but it was great and we loved it.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Angelo. That was Ryan Angelo, who's one of the web content editors here at USD. Live in the muck, I'm Taylor Moore.
Speaking of cats, coming up after the break, a sorority held their annual fashion catwalk. And here highlights from the USD Brass Choir's final performance of the semester. Stay tuned.
USD's Contemporary Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the CMJ department at USD and start your future now.
For the first time in over a decade, the USD mock trial team competed at the National Championship Tournament in Orlando. The team finished with a record of 5-7, placing USD in the top 5% of teams nationwide. They faced strong competition from Delaware, Miami of Ohio, and Florida State, and notably defeated UC Irvine. Junior Brianna Helland received All-American Attorney honors, scoring 23 out of a possible 30 points from the judges.
Kappa Alpha Theta hosted its third annual catwalk this weekend. The fashion show featured clothes from Chelsea's Boutique in Sioux Falls, modeled by sorority members. The proceeds were for court-appointed special advocates, or CASA, which helps abused and neglected children.
Didn't have someone to speak for them, and the judge had to make a decision about where their permanent home was going to be. Who knows what situation they would end up back in.
A men's fashion show was a new addition to the event that some observers say is an unusual way to raise funds.
We thought it was kind of something different. Most philanthropy events have to do it with food, so we wanted to do something different.
The money raised by Catwalk will stay local and benefit the CASA base in Yankton.
The end of the semester is just a few weeks away. It's also a time of year in which muck attractions and events start to dwindle. Coyote News' Erica Arpan is in the muck with Kyle Schoenfelder. Erica?
Thanks, Kathleen. Students and their organizations are starting to prepare for finals. Are events in the muck starting to suffer from it? Thanks for being with us, Kyle. How have events in the muck been affected by students being busy with other things?
Yeah, we've seen a small decrease in attendance at some of our program events here in the muck, but we do have lots of things going on, even though the semester is about to wrap up, including a shameless plug for tonight's muck bingo at 9 o'clock.
All right, now are there any specific events for finals week?
Yes, we actually have a spring fling on Saturday, May 3rd, and then we've got a band outside for that, along with some inflatables, hoping for nice weather. Sunday we have the President's Late Night Finals Breakfast, and then we have other events in the muck Monday through Friday.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
That was the director of the muck, Kyle Schoenfelder. Live in the muck, I'm Erica Arpan.
Music students are performing their final recitals of the semester. On this week's Yote Report, Bailey Millen brings you highlights from the Brass Choir's spring concert.
The vibrations of brass instruments hummed throughout Alf's Auditorium as the USD Brass Choir performed their spring concert. Director Rolf Olson says he chooses songs from multiple genres to entertain all aspects of the audience.
I try to, unless I'm doing a theme program, try to pick things that will provide variety for the audience so that everybody maybe gets something to hear something that they like.
This year, the Brass Choir has performed 3 concerts on campus, along with a guest performance to a regional honor band. The choir has also played for diverse audiences.
Olson says the Brass Choir Band has had the opportunity to travel and play around the world.
We've done a lot over the years. Through the years, we've taken 2 European tours to Europe, to Germany, played for the State Music Conference in South Dakota and Nebraska. We have toured and played at high schools in the region.
The success of the choir comes with limited practice.
You only have 2 rehearsals a week for a little less than an hour, so everybody has to really practice their part outside of rehearsal and really know it well.
Olson says the choir has completed their performance schedule but will meet next week to record a CD, which they hope to release next year. For the Yote Report, I'm Bailey Millen.
Coming up after the break, students were entertained by a well-known comedian. But first, learn how the law school raises money for scholarships. Stay with us.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
If you came in late, you can watch anything you missed on our YouTube channel.
From Comedy Central to USD, comedian Pete Lee came to the campus and left a mean impression. Students came to Alf's Auditorium Friday to see the famous comedian who's been featured on national TV. Lee performed his candy-coated comedy set with a dash of mean. Campus Activities Board member Josie Hansen says seeing Lee on Comedy Central was one of the main reasons they decided to bring him to campus. Hansen says Lee had great reviews for his stand-up, and she knew he would be well liked by the students. If you missed out on Pete Lee, the last CAB event of the semester will be a relaxation bar on May 6th to help students take a break from studying for finals.
The Missouri River Institute recently held a research symposium to address the region's most vital body of water. Environmental and academic experts gathered to discuss the science and future of the Missouri River. The event was held in the Al Newharth Freedom Forum on campus. Students, community members, and experts were welcome to attend. The National Park Service was among those to present.
Today, for the National Park Service, we were here just to give some brief updates. There's always so much going on with the National Park, and this is an opportunity for us to really share what's going on.
Experts as well as students joined in the discussion about the future of the Missouri River.
I wanted to know more specifically what was happening with the Park Service, so I got a lot of detail on that, yep.
One goal of the event was to better inform students of how they can get involved with the river.
USD students should definitely care about the Missouri River. There's so many different ways. If anyone's really interested in getting involved, they're more than welcome to contact our office and see what the opportunities are.
If you would like to help volunteer to keep the Missouri River beautiful, visit the South Dakota National Parks website.
The price tag of a law degree can put a dent in anyone's wallet, but one organization is providing some financial relief to USD law students. The Sixth Public Interest Network auction took over the Vermillion Eagles Club last Friday. Money from the event will fund law student scholarships for those in the public interest field. This year's auction had live entertainment, walking tacos, and a cash bar. One unusual item up for bid, a professor's beard. Students paid almost $500 to style Mike McKee's facial hair until graduation. The final dollar amount raised isn't available yet, but Penn events typically bring in a couple $1,000s annually for scholarships.
As we heard earlier, USD is revealing a new web portal this summer. On this week's Coyote blog, Charlie Daldorf tells you what he thinks about their new promotional campaign.
Hello, everybody. Are you a dog person or a cat person? Dog people are warm and friendly, while cat people are sophisticated and misunderstood. Well, according to USD, we're all cat people now. Meow. And we have this mini campaign video where we link VermCat memes and the portal, and it just doesn't come together, and it just doesn't work. All right, let's tear this one apart. This is the exact opposite of sophisticated. Degenerating USD into some meme culture shenanigans is not a good way to gather interest when we are upgrading our portal. In fact, it's quite elementary and childish. Not to mention, you totally missed the mark on this one hilariously. You don't mention specific features. You don't make comparisons between the old and the new. You don't explain why this new portal is going to be better. All you do is treat the collegiate audience like their highest education level is scrolling through 9gag and Our Advice Animals. This doesn't make you look hip and cultured. Ooh, I know kids are into these days. Memes, you say? Let's do it! No! Stop it. Go back, turn around, take the video down, and make a better educational video with more creative power if you want. The current video is bad, and you should feel bad. For Coyote Blog, I'm Charlie Daldorf. Now see you guys next time.
Thanks, Charlie. Coming up after the break, the intramural volleyball season is wrapping up, and the tennis team hosted their first home meet in 2 years. Stay tuned.
This is Josh and his good friend Caitlin. Josh is the perfect coyote. So how can you be a good coyote just like Josh? Well, follow these simple steps. A good coyote always helps a friend in need. Josh doesn't mind holding on to Caitlin's purse. Don't worry, Josh. It's not that embarrassing. A good coyote is also a gentleman. Don't worry, Caitlin. Josh has you covered for your snacks. Hope you have enough money, Josh. She looks hungry. A good coyote also cheers for the home team. So it's no surprise that Josh remembers the most important rule: never date someone from South Dakota State. Follow these steps like Josh, and you'll be a good coyote. Go Yotes!
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the softball team is setting their sights high, and the track and field team gets multiple first-place finishes in Iowa. I'm Malachi Peterson.
And I'm Nicole Griffith. Intramural volleyball is wrapping up, and sports commentator Courtney Sterrett talks about one swimmer who's coming out of retirement for the 2016 Olympics. First, the headlines. Abby?
San Francisco 49ers linebacker Aldon Smith was arrested at LAX Sunday afternoon when he indicated he was in possession of a bomb. The incident occurred when Smith was taken aside for a random secondary screening but became uncooperative. He was later taken into custody by airport police and was charged with false report of a bomb threat. Milwaukee Bucks owner Herb Cole announced today he's selling the team to billionaires Wesley Edens and Mark Lazary. The deal is valued at $550 million. Cole's been the Bucks owner since 1985 when he bought the team for $18 million. In January, the team was valued at $405 million, the lowest valued in the NBA franchises. Former SDSU player Nate Wolters currently plays for the team. USD basketball coach Craig Smith named Austin Hansen, Gamali Ahalegba, and Eric Peterson as the three new assistant coaches for the Coyotes. Hansen and Ahalegba have both held assistant coaching positions at other universities. Peterson was the athletic director and head men's basketball coach at Williston State College before coming to USD. And those are your headlines.
The Summit League isn't over for all USD sports. The softball team is looking to make another conference appearance this year. Coyote News' Victoria Harmony takes a closer look at the season so far.
Coach Amy Kleist is ready to take her USD squad back to the Summit League Championship Series in an effort to make a bit of a stronger impact, going 0-2 in Fargo last season. However, with this experienced class, she's hoping to make a difference.
Now all of them have been there. We have a young pitching staff, so those are the two that haven't performed, haven't been in a game in the conference tournament, but everybody else has. So we've been there and we've been on that stage, so hopefully they can kind of help carry those freshmen and sophomore pitchers and just kind of carry the team through that pressure. Right now we're just focusing on improving our mental game. We think fundamentally we're where we need to be, but just continuing to improve our mental game so that when we get into that pressure situation, we're ready to go.
Kleist is very pleased with the playing of the Coyotes so far this season. However, she does speak of consistency issues and rounding out the game as a whole.
Right now, we're just working on having all three aspects of our game good. So hitting well, pitching well, playing defense well. And I think if we continue to do that, then we'll continue to win games that we should win.
Senior third baseman Lindsey Boyd says the Coyotes are ready for the challenge this season.
It'll make a big difference. We're ready. We know what to expect. We'll come up in those big situations, and we're ready to go.
If USD were to win the Summit League Championship Series and continue on to the regionals, the players would be required to stay beyond May 10th and the resolution of classes for other students. For Coyote News, this is Victoria Harmony.
USD went 1-1 at Kansas City yesterday, improving to 23-14 overall. The Coyotes host IUPUI this weekend.
The USD track and field team claimed 17 gold medals at the Sioux City Relays this past weekend. USD competed against many smaller colleges, including Northern State, Augustana, Morningside, and Mount Marty College. Kyle McKelvey was named Summit League Athlete of the Week after placing first in the shot put. His throw of 60 feet, 4.5 inches, broke the school, meet, and state shot put records. The throw ranks best in the league and 12th in the region. Notable wins include Jeff O'Connell in the long jump, Megan Dennis in the javelin, and Katie Wetstein in the 1500. Beginning tomorrow, the teams will compete in the Twilight Open in the Mount Sac Relays in California. USD men's golfer Sam Matthew was named Summit League Athlete of the Week after placing 9th at the Tennessee State's Big Blue Tournament on Monday and Tuesday. This is Matthew's third consecutive top 10 finish and 5th of the season. This is the fourth time this season Matthew has been honored by the league. Matthew led the team to a fifth-place finish at the meet. USD competes at the Summit League Championships in Keller, Texas next week.
While the tennis team has faced many opponents this year, the greatest may have been the weather. USD took on the University of Nebraska-Omaha for the first home match in 2 years.
Oh, it's fabulous. The girls are excited. We're excited. We have the music playing. We have a perfect day. Couldn't be better. We have a younger group of girls. They compete hard, they fight hard, and it'll be very competitive today.
Clear skies, a light breeze, and an 80-degree day drew a crowd to cheer on the Coyote women against the Mavericks, giving USD fans the chance to see their team play.
We don't have indoor backup. So for a Summit League, we need to have indoor backup, and we got lucky with this one because he agreed to come up to play us today, which is great.
The team was ready to finally reap the benefits of the home court advantage.
You know, we're a little anxious, which is fabulous. We just want to take that energy and produce on the court.
The match ended in a loss, but team members say they're proud of their work this season. USD hosted Sioux Falls on Tuesday, sweeping all singles and doubles competitions. The Yotes are now 9-11 on the season.
Intramural volleyball has become one of the USD Wellness Center's most popular activities. With both competitive and recreational leagues for men and women, there's a competition level for everyone. Each round, teams play the best of 3 series, with the first 2 games to 25 points and the third game, if needed, to 15 points. This spring, 60 teams registered for the sport, which is up almost 20 teams from last season. The Wellness Center also allows teams in the competitive league to have a libero this year, which wasn't allowed in past years. League play started the week after spring break, and playoffs begin today. The championship game for each level will be held early next week.
On this week's sports commentary, Courtney Sterrett talks about a certain swimmer who's coming out of retirement.
Another athlete is coming out of retirement? I know, unheard of, right? Michael Phelps will be participating in his 5th Olympics in 2016. He'll be 31 at the time and isn't ready to give up swimming just yet. Older athletes are becoming more common, and I think that it shouldn't matter what age you are. If you can still perform at the professional level, I say go for it. It takes a lot of discipline to be a pro athlete, and if someone is willing to stay committed with that lifestyle, they should be able to compete as long as they want to. Sure, maybe Brett Favre played one too many seasons before finally sticking to his word in the true meaning of retirement, but hey, it was his decision. Brett stuck to his gut and kept trying to play before calling it quits. You dedicate so much of your life being in that profession, and I can imagine it being something hard to give up. That goes for everybody and whatever you happen to be passionate about. I wish Michael Phelps and all of the other athletes going in and out of retirement the best of luck. It can't be easy retraining and getting back into shape to be competition ready again. I'm sure a lot of the people who complain about athletes coming out of retirement wouldn't be able to do it themselves. I know I couldn't. For Coyote Sports, I'm Courtney Sterrett.
Thanks, Courtney. After the break, Chuck takes over Idea Fest to see if he can learn anything new. Stay tuned.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great, because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
Students will have Friday off of school to celebrate the Christian holiday Easter. But what about Monday?
This year, students are required to attend their Monday classes. On this week's Out and About, we asked students if they plan on skipping those classes.
We only get Friday off?
Well, I don't have classes on Fridays anyways.
It sounds like a good idea, but I'm not going to do it because my first Monday class is real hard.
It's unfortunate that we have classes on Monday, and I thought that was a poor decision and poor planning on the university's part, but I will be here.
No, but I'm actually skipping some of my Thursday classes.
No, because I have Dr. Roach, and if you skip a Dr. Roach class, he remembers forever.
No, I'm not, because I have a test in my first class, and I can't miss it.
No, because I only got classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if I skip a day, then I'm just kind of screwed for the week.
No. It's tempting, and I think I might, just because I'm pretty sure it is a holy day of obligation.
I'm not planning on skipping them at all.
I only have one class on Monday, and I generally skip it anyways.
Can't.
Probably not, because it's towards the end of the year, and I want to get good grades, so I want to go to class.
Too much work to do. Quite literally.
Idea Fest was held last week at USD to celebrate students' research.
On this week's Chuck in the Muck, Chuck goes to Idea Fest to see if he can learn anything new.
I'm Chuck Resser here at Idea Fest, where you can see the greatest idea is right here. Are we building a professional relationship right now?
Could be. Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hi, I'm Chuck.
Up to 8 weeks, we found that the visceral fat is increased in the high-fat diet mice compared to regular diet mice.
Where'd you get that fat one from Minnesota?
No, it's our lab.
Oh,
I study the effects of hypothyroidism, which is an endocrine disease disorder, on breathing.
You're losing me.
Like
Eye contact?
eye contact.
You're not making a lot of it.
Sorry.
What's your idea? I just want to know your idea. Give me it short and sweet.
I want to save the salamanders.
Okay. Good posture?
Great posture.
Thank you.
You're meaning friendly.
I know I have. Thank you.
Let's see.
That's all the fat?
Just fat.
From what?
From the
Easter eggs?
What? Listening skills, being an active listening.
To do the short version, we took a drug that we know alleviates amphetamine withdrawal anxiety.
Like, is that weed or what?
It's called, kind of, but it's a little bit more legal in South Dakota.
You celebrating 420 this year?
Oh, definitely not. I'm from Colorado, but I got no time to go home. It's on Easter. It's like the worst time you could plan it for.
Do you guys celebrate Easter at all?
No.
You celebrate 420?
Yes.
Do you celebrate 420?
Yes, I do.
Do you celebrate Easter?
Yes, I do.
So it's a double whammy for you?
Of course.
Jesus has risen.
Definitely.
Well, I studied in hamsters, so I study a hamster model.
In mice?
In mice, yes.
Basically gave these rats amphetamine, let them get addicted to it, and then let them go into withdrawal from it.
A lot of animal cruelty going on today.
You want me to prod in your brain and... Okay.
You've been running through my brain all day anyways. I've got an idea for Idea Fest. We should stop killing all the animals on the planet. This has been Chuck in the Muck.
A new copy of the Volant hit newsstands today. Be sure to pick up a paper to read about the tuition increase for out-of-state students and about the organizations receiving funding from the university. The Volant has released their new website, embracing a mobile-first journalism environment. The site is cleaner and more responsive to mobile devices. Tweet your feedback using #NewVolant. South Dakota Governor Dennis Daugaard named Vermilion the Large Community of the Year. The governor says the city is successful in achieving economic growth between the cities of Vermilion, the Vermilion Area Chamber and Development Company, and USD. Vermilion continues to expand and just broke ground on a Bliss Point, a new housing development. Still undergoing construction is Eagle Creek Software Services and the development of an IT academy in partnership with the university.
That's all for Coyote News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Have a great night. We'll see you next time.